My ex 29 female and I 29 male met in college in 2013. I was 22 and she was 21. We became fast friends and eventually we developed feelings for each other. We became a couple a year later. It was a great relationship and I don't regret it. Fast forward to 2016. I was home when she called me saying she was outside and that we needed to talk. So I went outside and I saw that she was crying in her car. I went up to her and asked what's wrong. She confessed that she cheated on me. I don't want to go into details because I'm trying to keep this short. I was shocked, hurt, and was teared up. She went on saying that we needed to break up because I deserved better than her and that she developed feelings for a P. I warned her about rushing it with someone else and that a relationship that begins by cheating usually ends badly. After we finished talking, I walked back to my house, but before I went in, I turned around to see her one more time and she was still crying. Once I went inside, she posted on social media saying I wish I could just disappear with a crying emoji. I proceeded to remove her from social media after that. As I was mourning the end of my relationship, I also thought about how her new relationship will blow up in her face. Fast forward 2 years later, she messages me asking me to meet up because she wanted to talk. I knew the day had arrived, so I met her at a diner and she was miserable. She looked like she was crying before we met up. When she saw me, she gave a weak hi and gave her a cold one. This surprised her and got teary-eyed. I started by asking her what she wanted to talk about. She started saying that her and AP broke up 2 weeks ago and admitted that the relationship with him was horrible. It turns out he was a narcissist who emotionally abused her. She also admitted that the guilt of what she did to me never went away, and that I was right. She then noticed my emotionless expression and turned away, saying, "You used to be so happy and silly. It hurts seeing you like this, and I know it's my fault because of my bad, selfish, and dumb decisions." She went to say, "I'm sorry for everything. I thought about you every day for the past 2 years. She then said, "Not only did I ruin us, but I lost my best friend. You were my best friend and I ruined that." She started crying again, saying, "I'm not here to get back together because I don't deserve that and I have no right to ask that." I proceeded to say that it's true that you don't deserve me. It gets quiet and she turned away again. I said that she missed me and that she missed me for 2 years. Then she asked me to be friends again. I told her I can't promise anything. She starts crying for the final time and I left the diner. As I was walking out, I turn over and she's still crying. In the end, cheating ruins the cheater and the victim. Never cheat, it's usually never worth it. Edit. So because I got numerous requests, I'm going to post what happened after I left the diner. Hi everyone. I have decided to do an update to my original post due to numerous requests. This will be my only update since there's nothing else to say afterward. Before I go any further, I have some things to clarify about my original post. 1. The AP was emotionally abusive. I know because my ex showed me her texts, and it was full of "no one will ever love you like me and you're ugly." Also, he broke up with her by text. 2. She did reached out to me multiple times during the 2 years she was with AP. She asked how I was doing, "I'm sorry, and are you okay?" I ended up not responding. I didn't block her because I was waiting for when her relationship blew up. 3. Friends and family actually saw her during the 2 years and they all said the same thing. She looked miserable, and when she saw them, she would run up to them and ask how I'm doing and to tell me that she will never stop being sorry. 4. The diner meeting happened in 2018. Now back to the story. After I got home from the diner, she messaged me saying, "If we become friends again, I'll work my butt off to earn back your trust, and if not, please know I'll always be sorry for everything." Fast forward a year later, and I bumped into her while buying lunch. We caught up and I wasn't as cold as before. I will admit I'm a little embarrassed about what I did next. I offered her a FWB with me and she accepted. The FWB lasted for a few months. When I look back, I think I did it for closure and to show her what she's missing. I ended it because I felt that I got my closure. She was disappointed but also understood. A few months later, she started seeing someone new and they dated until early 2020 before the pandemic hit. She showed up to my home unannounced and revealed to me that the new guy cheated on her with multiple women and actually blamed her for the cheating. Just like the AP, the new guy broke up with her by text. While she went on saying how much she hated herself for what she did to me. But now she understands how I felt. I gave her a hug and told her to take these lessons and never forgot them. She thanked me and left. Fast forward to now. I heard she's an IC and remains single by choice. I saw her mother recently, and she informed me, as for me, I'm single, working on myself. I'm getting into shape and I'm working in psychology. Guess what inspired me? Thank you for reading my story. I appreciate everyone who read and replied. I found out there is no business trip. I 30 male wanted to leave a gift at her 27 female desk at work for her birthday while she was on her business trip. When I got there, I found out that there was no business trip. She had been calling out sick, as did the coworker. She told me I had nothing to worry about. She had been sending me photos of her hotel room and all the sightseeing she was doing. I'm an acquaintance of his wife, so after I contacted her on FB, I got her number and talked on the phone. Same story, he was on a business trip, and they had been exchanging photos of similar sites. That's when I explained to her what I found out. She was silent for a while, then told me he had cheated on her many times apparently, and she's actually been working on serving him with divorce papers while under the guise of reconciliation. She apologized profusely, but of course none of this is her fault. She called their workplace to find out on her own. They told her the same thing. He called out sick. So here we are. My GF is still texting me like normal, pretending she's sitting at a boring meeting. I'm extremely distraught and my anxiety is at an all-time high, but surprisingly I'm not crying this time. This isn't the first time I was cheated on. I realized how much of a fool I had been. I saw the red flags, but I once again ignored them, thinking I just had trust issues that I needed to work on. I packed all her stuff and will wait for her to come back tonight. Update. App's wife confirmed that the papers will be served Monday, and that she's not worried about any blowback from me confronting my ex. So I went ahead and confronted her. I will paste what I said. I know you're not on a business trip. I packed your stuff and left them outside for you. You'll have to find your own ride from the airport. I am beyond heartbroken and angry that everything we had built together meant nothing to you. I hope he was worth it. I am totally messed up in the head ATM, so I don't know when the next update will come, but I will make sure to do so. I appreciate all the suggestions, comments, and words of support. She's blowing up my phone, so I blocked her number. Her sister tried to reach me, so I informed her of the situation. She's shocked, embarrassed, and upset. She will drive my ex from the airport and help pick up her stuff. I have her spare key, so there's no need to worry about my safety. Someone suggested taking a vacation from it all. I might actually do that, but first I need some time to get myself right again. I had an anxiety attack. Very nearly called my ex too, out of habit. That realization made me even more sad. This sucks. So apparently AP's wife, let's just call her Jenny, inquiry along with mine set off a flag at their company HR, and they decided to investigate. Makes sense. You would think a married woman would know her husband was sick at home. So the cat's out of the bag. She told them everything. I'm my ex's emergency contact, so they tracked my number and contacted me about half an hour ago, asking how she was doing. She called out sick and hasn't responded in a few days. I told them everything as well. She wasn't sick. She had told me she was on a business trip but lied. She went on a trip with that asshole and is cheating on me with him. Everything just spilled out. I guess I still have so much bottled up I need to let out. So that's still developing ATM. Meanwhile, since I'm up, I might as well update you all. So shortly after I texted my ex yesterday, and she started blowing up my phone, Jenny texted me that a P has been texting her, being much more communicative than normal, and eventually asked if anything was up and what she was doing. She played along. This pretty much confirms that him and my ex were together. My ex and her sis came and picked up her stuff after they landed last night. They didn't knock. I didn't open the door. After they were done, they sat in their car for a while. I could see her sister's hand gestures moving frantically as they talked. Maybe she was lecturing her or what. I dunno. She was clearly upset. Ex was buried in her own hands. After a while, she got out and knocked on my door. A lot of Redditors suggested completely ghosting her, but I decided I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to know what she had to say for herself, and I wanted to see her cry. Boy, what a shit show. It was painful. Lying, gaslighting, deflecting. It meant nothing. She begged to work it out and promised to block him on everything. She'd keep her phone unlocked, etc. At one point, she even tried to guilt trip me. I asked her to show me her phone. She refused. I was done. I told her to get out of my face and never contact me again. She burst further into tears and pleaded until she eventually agreed to give me her phone. I found everything on FB Messenger. Sexts, nudes, videos, conversations about me. How clueless I was. How she felt guilty but was too horny to care ATM. I took screenshots and sent them to myself, which I later forwarded to Jenny. Gave her back her phone and told her it was over. Not gonna lie, it still hurt watching her cry in such despair. But I had to remind myself that she's not sorry she cheated. She's only sorry she got caught. She knew I had been cheated on before and how traumatic that was for me. It didn't matter. She was willing to risk throwing away 5 beautiful years together. And for what? I closed the door and talked with my mom and dad on the phone for a while, and then pretty much cried myself to sleep. I told Jenny that I was here for her if she needed any help or support, And if she needed a place to stay, she is more than welcome to stay with me and my brother. I'm already dreading today. I don't know what to do with myself. ATM. I can't even get back to sleep.